evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's the third and long podcast with your host, the incomparable Shane Harris, along with my favourite two gentlemen, Mr. Oliver Hope, who is that side, yep, and Mr. Ollie Butler Henderson, who is that side. Gentlemen, how are things? How are we doing?
I think I've just got over my fans. When I say my fans, I mean as in the Patriots fans.
I'm looking forward to you talking about this in a minute, actually, because I know you don't rant often, but I know you want to rant tonight.
Oh,
I rant about
yes,
the
I do
49ers
indeed.
every week, win or loss, and I'm quite looking forward to getting onto the trade bit, to be honest.
Oh, yes. I
But
mean,
you're going to try and skirt past something, and I'm not going to let you.
Hey, let me get my popcorn first now.
Hello, David. All right,
good
Dave, how are
evening,
you?
David. Dave, feel free to join in on a rant.
Dave,
yeah.
don't worry, be zappy, am I right?
I've got to be careful.
I think we just, to be honest, I think we just need to get into it, to be honest. Bears 33, Patriots 14, Mr. Butler Henderson, over to you.
I'm going to start with saying the Bears played well. The Bears did play very, very well. They rushed more than we actually threw for the game. My issue is really pisses me off is the fans booing Mac when he's in the huddle and chanting Zappy when he is in the huddle trying to give plays to the team. It is ridiculous. It is evil. You should be back behind your player that's on the pitch, not cheering for a guy that is on the bench, who is a backup quarterback. His role is to back up Mac. Unless he's on the field, then you cheer for him. And if Mac was a backup, then you should be cheering for Zappy. But as Mac was starting, you should be behind Mac, not cheering for the guy who's on the bench, wanting the guy behind the bench. His quarterback ratings afterwards was really poor. The two picks was really shoddy. The fumble was shoddy on Zappy as well. Mac had one bad throw. The coaching staff are absolutely shocking. The RPOs was completely and utterly different for Zappy's. Zappy's was more electric, more downfield, and Mac's was handoffs. Little 2-yard ones. And Zappy's was like, right, RPO, little one rolled off. Oh, look, there's a player down the field because of that. Mac can throw the field down the field. He has seen it. To drag him off after 3 plays is ridiculous. 3 drives. Absolutely shocking. As Dave said there, he is a second-year coach. He is under his may as well be third offensive coordinator, if it's Judge or Patricia, calling the plays. The lad he's being hung out to dry, just like they did at Cam at the start of last season. They are hanging him out to dry, and it is not fair on this young lad. He is a second year. Yes, he hasn't been as good as he was last year, and the fans are expecting him to go up a step. But the fans aren't understanding that different play schemes, different head coach, different coaching scheme. He's come back from an ankle injury early. He should have waited until after the bye, which is in week 10, which is after Jets on Sunday, after Vikings next week. It is stupid and it made me really angry about this, actually. I mean, when we were out there, the fans were absolutely brilliant, but the fans on Monday night were ridiculous, and I hope they're happy with themselves of how they treated on Monday night, because they were shocking.
Okay.
Absolutely shocking.
I know you want to say that, but I think we do need to say, how good were the Bears on offense?
The Bears were brilliant. That's the first one I said. The Bears were played really, really well on Monday night. Monday night, Tuesday morning. I mean, they rushed more than our whole total offense.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that. Justin Fields looked good.
That said something. We made Justin Fields look good.
To me, the way Bill has put it today is that he put Mac out to fail. Okay, Ollie, do you know what Bill said today? Because I don't.
I've not seen it today, I'm afraid. I've not seen today as I've been a bit busy with work, so I haven't actually caught up to today's press conference. If that's the case, then Bill's got to go. You can't set up what's meant to be your future franchise quarterback to set him up to fail.
So you're saying that the Bears are you saying that your poor defense made the Bears offense look good? Dave, I think that's what you're trying to say there.
there was only one player who played on Monday night on that side of the ball, and that was Jude. He was brilliant. He was all over the place. And sometimes he had 2 or 3 guys on him, and he was still getting to Fields. You know, Fields looked like Mahomes on Monday night at times.
Do you think
Agreed.
you underestimated them? Do you think there was a bit of maybe complacency in there, thinking that it's only the Bears and you just have to turn up to win?
Definitely on the fan side. If it's gone through the team, and that's come from the coaching side of it. Yeah, if the coaches have set that up, saying, "Oh, you know, it's the Bears, we don't have to worry about it," then the coach has got to go, because you can't set that up. I mean, I can't see Robert Kraft taking this for much longer.
What do you think about this, John? Ollie?
Them sacking Bill will be like when United let Fergie go. You know, when Fergie left, it'll be a massive, massive moment in not just American football, but sports history in general. A huge moment for the Patriots as a franchise. Where do they go from there? Who's next? Who will fill that hot seat?
Ollie,
you don't think though that Bill is also GM and head coach?
My question for you, Ollie, is: do you not think Bill's done enough to be able to decide when his time's up?
Bill, yes, he earned that, but this is, as in all sports, it is a business, and if you're not performing, you go.
What do you think about this? Do you think Brady carried Bill?
It's starting to look that Brady was the one that got them to there.
Because Dave clearly feels that Brady carried Bill.
So what I've heard today, a rumour I've heard today, that in Tampa, when Brady calls the plays, they work, but when Todd Bowles calls it, they don't work. So perhaps it is Brady. Perhaps Brady is this super mind that everyone's praising to be, and you know, Bill was just like the puppet.
Off the back of that, do you think that maybe one day Brady will take a head coaching job and win the Lombardi one day?
I don't think so.
Do you want to rephrase that? Will he be allowed to? We Gazelle allowed him. I don't think so. I mean, now that Brady's got like Ipswich and all that as well,
I saw that.
You know.
And let's not forget that £300 million deal with Fox.
Yeah, which is going to be once a week. You know, go down to on a Sunday with the team. You're going to have the team with the week. You know, yeah. I don't think he will. He's got this massive deal with Fox.
What about this, Ollie?
No, I don't think so. And go back to what he said a few minutes ago. Zappi played well against 2 poor teams. He had a very, very simple playbook against Green Bay, which was basically screens, crossing routes. There was no intricate plays. There was no RPOs. There was didn't need to read it. There were quick outs of his hands.
So apparently Bill basically said that Mac will be starting and that he has time to show that he is the starter.
Mac isn't fit. He looked like he was still... yes, he still scrambled for 30 yards on Monday night, but he just didn't look fit. He didn't look like his ankle's there. There's a lot of bracing on his ankle. Give him until the bye. Give him those 3 weeks to get his body right, and then go again.
And Dave says he can't see Brady as a coach and thinks he will go into acting. Will Giselle let him?
He's already been in a film. He was in Ted 2, remember that?
He was in Ted 2.
Will be a non-factor before long.
Can I finish my point on this one? Right.
Yes, of
course. So Zappi's played well against 2 poor defenses. Against the Lions and against the Browns. He had a very simple playbook against Green Bay. I think he had like 10 plays. That's what they were going for. The Browns aren't a bad defense. I think they're top 10, top 12 defense. You know, they are a good defense. They've got 2 very good pass rushers. Or had 2 very good pass rushers. And their D-line is very, very good. And they showed Zappi makes mistakes because of that. You know, that fumble to, I want to say Jacoby Myers, was more Zappy's fault than Jacoby because instead of being put it into his stomach, he put it pretty much at his shoulders.
Yeah, but if it's at your shoulders, you should still be. You should back shoulder catch. You should catch that. It wasn't a bad throw.
No, it was a jet sweep.
Still,
Instead of putting it into his stomach, he put it up to his shoulder height, and it's like it's a foggy night. You've got to make sure this is secure. The throws were. I'm trying to remember the throws weren't the best, but they weren't the worst. But yeah, I mean, his pass rating wasn't that good. His interceptions wasn't that good. Everyone puts the stats up that Mac's first 2 drives was 6 for 9 and an interception.
I just like to say
And
what I
after,
mean.
and they also put Mac Zappi's first drive, which was 4 for 4.
Yeah.
796 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, but that's one drive. They didn't do it after half time. We didn't score any points.
The fumble was Zappi's fault, but I still think Jacoby Myers could have done more.
Possibly. I mean, Jacoby's pretty much full tilt. You don't have a lot of time to react. You expect the ball to be in a place, not where you've got to react.
Yeah.
But,
So Dave agrees with you, Zappi's fault. John does say, which is the Bears on their day are good. I mean, we have an excuse that it was in a monsoon. You don't.
yeah,
The
we
Bears
don't.
D outplayed it. Yeah, the Bears D did outplay you.
I can't remember who the number 9 is for the Bears. Got kicked in the nuts by Mac when Mac was sliding. He had his foot up. Soon, next play picked him off.
And yeah, John says he agrees the Bears defense won the game, which I think is true.
Their defense and their run game. They
I mean,
stopped our run game. Stevenson only ran for 39 yards. Yes, he did have a touchdown.
Yeah,
But
thanks for that, by the way. 1 yard off my bet.
And that was when he lost. When he got stopped for a loss, didn't he as well?
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you limit your opponent to 14 points a game, more often than not, you're going to win the game.
Exactly, and they limited the turnovers. They won all 3 phases of the game. Jake Bailey, who is okay, yes, he's having a bit of a weaker season, is normally a very, very good punter. And they kept him, he was punting poorly. Our special teams, well, we didn't really even get a chance to have a field goal into field goal range. We were just really, really poor. And
I like this.
I think we're even poor. We're even more poor, and then when we lost to the Bills in the postseason.
John said their defense won the game, and then Dave says, then they traded Robert Quinn.
And I feel sorry for Wokan Swift because of that trade, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
We'll get onto that. But there's another trade I want to talk about before that.
Go on then. We'll skate over this one very quickly.
Christian McCaffrey.
I knew it was coming.
What a trade! What a trade!
Before you go, yes.
If he can stay fit.
Yeah, but I think he will stay fit.
Yeah, that's what Panthers thought.
Yeah, well, he has this season so far. I think
let's take a running back who's made out of paper mache to a franchise who has more injuries, and then pretty much the whole Premiership put together.
Nice.
Okay, so I think McCaffrey fits this offense like a glove.
Agreed on that bit.
Because we have running backs that can line up as wide receivers now, and we have wide receivers that can line up as running back. We have, in my opinion, the 2 most dynamic, versatile players in the NFL.
Do you think you pay too much?
I don't.
So you've given up a
second, third, and fourth this year, and a 5th next year.
That's a hell of a lot.
It is a hell of a lot. But
yes, okay, you've not given up any first round picks because you haven't got any first round picks. For a guy who's 28? Is he 28?
26.
26. 5 years in the league. Misses more games than plays. I think you've paid a hell of a lot. I mean, the rumor is that the Rams paid a lot, drove the price up.
I think the Rams offered a 2nd, 3rd, and a 5th. And the only reason they had a 4th is they didn't offer a 4th because they didn't have it because they traded it for Sony Michel.
Which is mad.
Yes, he's always injured, misses more than plays. You wouldn't pay that much. Let's just give him some time. I reckon this week he's going to have a 100-yard game.
Have you had your bye yet? I can't remember.
No, we have it after the Rams.
So your bye's
CMC,
next
I'm a
week.
big fan.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'll have the same kind of impact that he had this week. Maybe a few extra plays. You'll see the best of him if he stays fit after the bye.
It's a bit weird because we have LA, then a LA away, then a bye, then LA away.
I personally think the trade that broke yesterday was probably the trade of the so far.
The one that made Roquan Smith cry at the podium.
Yes. I felt it was. I mean, I've seen the video and it's like that's really, really harsh. I felt so sorry for the guy. It's such a hard watch. It's like that poor bloke.
I agree with Dave.
You know, it is the fact that it's for a fourth round, and the Bears are still going to pay the majority of his wages.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I love that. It's like whoever the Bears GM needs to go around to Patriots and go, this is how you trade. This is how you get.
You mean the Eagles GM?
Eagles GM, sorry, yeah.
Well, if you look at what the Eagles have done this year, traded for AJ Brown,
First round pick,
traded for Darius Slay,
third and a fourth.
I
think it was Darius Slay.
Drafted Jordan Davis.
Brilliant. Drafted
traded-
Jordan Davis a round after everyone's expecting him to go.
He went in the first round.
Who am I thinking of that? Who's it that went really late? They still went to the Eagles.
Was it Nakobe Dean or did he? No, he went to the Ravens, didn't he? Anyway, I'm going to finish off my point. Traded for Robert
Go for
Quinn, and still have 2 first-round picks next year.
Yes, it wasn't a Kobe Dean third round.
Loading up like the Rams.
I apologise, it was the Kobe Dean, yeah.
They still have their first-round pick and the Saints' first-round pick for next year.
Yeah, so at the moment they are drafting, is it third or fourth overall? It's ridiculous. They could end up winning the Super Bowl and having the third round pick or the third pick overall.
But I can't remember what the trade was where they got the first round pick off the Saints. Can you guys help me out?
Yeah, Saints traded up to get Olav.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And it's like, wow.
So they've managed to do all that and still have 6 picks, 2 in the first round next year. I mean, it's insane. Howie Roseman deserves a medal.
You tell you what, if they see a player out there that they really, really like, and say they might not go to them at 6th, whoever's at 1 or 2 go, right, well, you can have both our first round picks, say they win the Super Bowl, or they get to late on in the playoffs, so they're going to be like a 28, 29 pick. You can have our 2 picks if we can have your first or second round pick.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think 1, 2, and possibly 3. Let's say, yeah, pretty much.
Because it is mad out there at the moment. I mean, the Jets just seem to be doing good things at the moment as well. James Robertson's draft. Go on then, sorry, mate.
So I think the first 3 picks next year: CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Obadang-Lele, or whatever his name is.
I think Will will go above him. Will Levin will go above him.
Well, did see DJ got benched the other day. Mm-hmm. But then the coach, unlike Bill, came out and said in the post-game interview, DJ's our quarterback. He's our guy going forward. Yeah, as he said, sometimes even Steph Curry goes 2-25.
Yeah, it happens. Good players have bad games.
But that's a way to get behind your young quarterback.
Exactly. Give that gun. Yeah, they might say it. He might go behind closed doors. We know Belichick likes playing mind games. But we don't know what he's like behind closed doors. I'd love to see Hard Knocks in New England because I reckon it'd be like an eye-opener for a lot of people.
But yeah, as you said, it's amazing what you can do with a Jets team when Adam Gase isn't their coach.
Oh my God, yeah.
Very good point. Very good point.
they go down losing probably what was going to be the offensive rookie of the year by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It was either going to be him or Ken Walker. So they go and get a very good running back out of Jacksonville who's not getting games for a 6th-round pick that could turn to a 5th-round pick if James Robinson rushes 260 yards. That is still nothing.
It's very good for my fantasy team because I have Etienne.
I've got Etienne in one of mine as well. So,
so it means Etienne will get hopefully more.
James Robinson wasn't getting that many snaps anyway.
He wasn't at the start of the season.
He still didn't get a lot at the end. I mean, he's not. I'm just bringing up the stats for him now as I go. As I try and bring it up, I should have asked my mate.
But yeah, Robert Saleh is looking ominous, and I can't wait to see him beat down on the Patriots this week.
I'm staying really quiet.
Let's just wait till the predictions come out.
Yeah, we'll wait till the predictions. So, of course, I was trying to look at Jags, but he's not there anymore, is he?
When we beat them, they weren't as strong as they are now. They have been great since that game. Yeah, they basically put shame. Quickly, just say my quick piece on these trades as well. I think with CMC, at his best, you've got the best running back in the league because I'm a big fan of him. At his worst, it's going to be like Darren Anderton, Spurs, if you remember back in the day. All that potential, but the medical bills just piled up and piled up. And I think the Robert Quinn trade is a very good pickup for the Eagles. I think the Eagles are loading up, and they are going on a hell of a run like the Rams did. You would be a fool to bet against the Eagles not to win it all this year. And I think James Robinson obviously is a very good pickup as well.
James Robinson is a really good pickup, Eagles are quietly going on about it, and Zach Wilson isn't playing that well.
George,
just bring it that way.
Yeah, Dave, we did mention this earlier, TB12 and Ipswich Town. It's a weird.
Yeah.
That's come out. That's very left field.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know Ed Sheeran.
I was thinking
very much heavily involved.
That was my first thought. Was some sort of Ed Sheeran connection.
Are we going to see then TB12 kit supplier on the Ipswich shirts?
TB12.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mathematics tour TB12.
Oh, that'd be mad. I mean, it is really, really good. It's a good bit of business by Ipswich having someone that, that amazing sporting heritage or sporting background and all that being involved in the club. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Fair play to them.
100%. And you got the fact that, like I said, he's a globally recognized brand. He is probably the GOAT when it comes to quarterbacks. More rings than Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you know what I mean?
I like that. I like that analogy.
That seems to be your analogy quite a lot, mate. I've heard that
quite
a few times.
I don't know where you. I had to get him back in here again.
Shall we go to Indianapolis?
Yes. This is an interesting one. I mean, they paid a fair amount to get Matt Ryan.
Yep.
And now they're benching him for Sam Erling.
6th-round pick.
Does anyone actually know how to pronounce his last name?
So Sam Erling, I think it's pronounced.
Erling.
So he's a second-year player, 6th-round pick. There's not a lot of stats on him. There really isn't, which is quite bad. He's. It's a bit of a strange one, this one. I mean, yes, Sam Erling would have played this weekend anyway.
I agree with Dave.
You're right, Dave. RMS. Sam Erling was going to play this weekend because Matt Ryan's got a shoulder sprain. So yeah, it's Ollie giving him the kiss of death.
So
I'm blaming Ollie.
Question for both of you.
Fire.
First Monday in January, will Frank Reich still have a job?
No.
Is it first Monday? It's second. No,
it's second Monday in January.
Will Frank Reich have a job? So Indy are at the moment are what, 2-5?
2-4-1, I think.
2-4-1, yeah.
That's right.
They are probably going to finish behind Jacksonville. They're probably going to finish behind. It's another one. That's one of these things. Who are you going to get in? But yeah, I don't think so.
I
I don't
don't.
think they will.
I struggle to see. Like, I think I put Frank Reich 1 or 2 on our hot seat list when we did it.
Yeah, you pretty much had him condemned from like
And I said,
2018.
if they don't make the playoffs this year, then Frank Reich has to go. And I
4
still stand
quarterbacks
by
in 3
that.
years. 4 quarterbacks in 3 years.
Yeah,
No.
and the first 3 haven't worked out.
No. So let's give it to a kid who's not that good. I mean, he's a 4-star recruit from Westlake High School. He went to Texas A&M. His college was, his stats in Texas, his career weren't that bad. He played 46 games, just over 11,500 yards, 94 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
John,
His college QBR rating was 145. He's got some wheels on him. He rushed for over nearly 2,000 yards. And he rushed for average 3.4 yards per rush with 33 rushing touchdowns. So he's got some legs. He's fairly accurate. Out of 1,400 attempts, he only got picked off 27 times. So not too bad. Not too bad. This is his chance now.
Yeah, but as always, the proof is in the pudding, and we shall see this on Sunday.
Yeah, John, it doesn't work if you're not going to make the playoffs. But to be honest...
Is that the playoffs for next year?
Yeah. To be honest, I hope the kid does well. I really do hope the kid does well.
Yeah. It'd be good to see him, good to see young lads out there.
His stats aren't bad at college.
No, not bad college, not bad stats at all. So we'll see. We will see. Shall we have a look at one of the new stadiums?
Not that I've seen, Dave. Have you guys seen anything like this?
Was there a video where he was like 3 years old throwing Matty Ice? I have not seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to go and hunt that down if there is. He's got some legs. He's fairly accurate. So he'll end up a QB at Ravens then.
Gotta get rid of the one we got. Oh, wait,
hey, Lamar will be gone by the end of the season, mate.
Well, Lamar's not going to be in purple next season.
He's got a franchise.
I'm quite impressed by something that I'm about to show you, gentlemen and ladies on the stadium. There is a new stadium going down in Nashville. Well, sorry, a remodeled stadium going down in Nashville, isn't it? Let's press a button and show you guys what it looks like. He says, it's not actually working.
I'm just waiting to get the email about copyright now.
So are they going to call it Manica, or is that the name of the manufacturer?
I think that is the name of the company that is produced that video.
Okay.
My question is, where are they going to put the IndyCar pits? It looks absolutely amazing. And if you look at the Jumbotron, you've got the picture of Derek Henry stiff-arming Josh Norman. Well, some of the pictures is great.
As Dave said, the Bills have also got a new stadium. The pictures got released about half an hour ago.
Yeah, a couple of hours ago, wasn't it? It looks really good.
They look pretty. That looks very nice too.
That's another one a bit.
I remember me and you having a bit of a discussion a month ago about the roof.
Should there be a roof? Shouldn't there be a roof?
Yeah. I actually think Tom was there for that one too.
Yes, it was. It was still Tom time. So, I think I've been thinking about this quite a bit actually since. I reckon teams in the Northern Hemisphere should have retractable roofs in the northern of the country, retractable roofs, so they can hold the Super Bowl.
I stand by what I say, and winning a Super Bowl and keeping you on competitive advantage of being able to play in cold weather is more important than being able to hold a Super
Right.
Bowl. If you
Say
have Tua, for an example, so Miami are in Buffalo's division, yeah. So you're going to play Tua every year. Look at where Tua's played football. Hawaii,
Yeah, but then Miami have got a advantage anyway.
Alabama, Miami. It's not very cold in any of those three places, or at least it's not Buffalo cold in any of those three places. If he
Alabama.
goes and
What about
plays,
don't forget New England and New York. They're still fairly cold.
yeah, but I'm making a point about Buffalo here.
Okay.
And you're playing, say, Buffalo in December in 2 foot of snow. Tua will probably never have experienced that before, or only experienced it a few times. Therefore, I think not having a roof, saying, "Oh well, there's snow. There's nothing we can do about it," keeps in a competitive advantage, and winning a Super Bowl will get you a hell of a lot more money than hosting a Super Bowl.
What happens if you could build this stadium with a retractable roof?
Yeah, but then if it was snowing, people would say, "Why haven't you put the roof up?"
You can have if it's snowing pre-game, yes, have the snow, and then have the roof shut, and then during the when they're warming up, open that roof so you've got the elements coming in, or have something like that. That's what I would do personally. That is how I would do it earlier. I mean, John's on the roof side. John likes a roof. I'm guessing that's what you mean there, John, mate.
Don't worry.
But yeah,
he's sports team that have a roof.
He's sports team that's got probably one of the best stadiums in the league, if
Oh,
not
probably
the best
stadium in the league.
Oh, yes.
Regarding the stadiums as well, I watched SummerSlam in August, and they had it in the Titan Stadium. It looked fine because obviously the camera's panning around, and obviously I watched Titan games since. Everything was fine with that stadium, but I will say one thing: with the Bills, I think they do need a new stadium because as the team gets better, the fan base is going to get bigger. They're going to need a bigger, better stadium to satiate the new fan base.
I love that. We have a roof. We're in the desert.
Yeah.
So does Arizona, mate.
Yeah.
Love that one. But at least you have grass.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was going to put this in, but Pete Carroll is now waded in on the grass machine. Snow machine.
I'm all for that.
Pete Carroll's now wading on the grass turf.
Yeah, I saw
argument as well.
in the chat, but I didn't actually read the article.
He's saying it needs to be looked into now.
I think it does.
There's far too many injuries. I mean, JC Jackson's gone down with a torn patella. I mean, that's 8-9 months out. Probably one of the best DBs in the league. Yes, he's having a poor time in LA at the moment, but he is still one of the best DBs in the league.
Yeah.
You're having players who are missing massive amounts of chunks of time due to AstroTurf related injuries.
Brees
Hall was one.
Torn his ACL.
I've never known a season like this with so many injuries, and I'm not going to mention its injuries again in this episode.
Anyway, should we go on to some happy news about JJ Watts?
Yes, love that.
Huge congratulations to him and his wife.
Yeah, announces the birth of, I don't know if there's a boy or girl because there's a purple, there's a red and a blue heart next to it, so I'm guessing it's a boy.
Yeah, I think it's a boy.
Koa James Watt, so with the name it sounds like it should be, but so it's going to be KJ. So they've got TJ, they got KJ, and now they got JJ. They got JJ.
And Derek, don't forget Derek.
Oh yeah, and Derek.
Or is Derek just secretly going by Derek, but is actually DJ?
Oh mate, that'd be awesome. It's a shame Dave's not come on via YouTube. He'd be DJ on there today, wouldn't he?
Yeah, DJ Fierro.
Shall we roll on to Let's Go Player of the Week? And as Phil is unfortunately not able to join us tonight, he will be back on Monday, I believe. He has taken his Player of the Week is... Drum roll, please. I think we can now call him Sauce Gardner, can't we, in the NFL?
Yes.
We can indeed. Yeah.
10 tackles, 3 fast breakups. This guy was unlucky not to get a pick 6 the week before. He's playing really, really well at the moment. He is probably my vote for the moment for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Speak of the devil. Right, Dave?
So yeah, I think he's my early contender for defensive player or defensive rookie of the year. He's brilliant.
John saying being a what baby coat has probably got a sack already.
Probably, yeah. Shall we talk about our little bet we've got going, Ollie? That we've now changed from Mac and Trey.
Okay.
So
Shane can be the witness.
Yep, I'm listening.
as everyone knew, me and Ollie had a Trey versus Mac QBR rating throughout the season.
Yes.
But because Trey's out injured, we've scrapped that down.
And
We've
Max
now
back
swapped it
up.
down to our other two love childs of Jude and Nick Bosa, who is going to be leading the sack race at the end of the year. Jude is currently 1.5 ahead on 8.5, and Nick's on 7. And Ollie keeps saying he's played 2 games less, or 1 game less, or how many other games he thinks he wants to add that week. So yeah. Before Shane adds his, I'm gonna play this. Sorry, Shane.
Go on, he's well.
I
had to play that. I had to play that. So Shane's player of the week is Andy Dalton.
Despite throwing 3 picks.
I need a Cardinals player diving in behind me.
As I said, but the Red Rifle himself, he's been everywhere around the league. And the fact that he's backing up Jameis at the moment. So, of course, with him, there's no pressure. He's playing for a couple of quid, towards the end of his career. But I think he played really well against the Cardinals. He threw for 4 touchdowns, even though they still lost. It's nice to give...
I will add that. 2 of the picks was not his fault.
Yeah,
it's nice to give the veterans a bit of a shine now and again. You could always go with, the superstars of the league who play well every week, the likes of Josh Allen, the likes of Pat Mahomes, but it would get boring after a while. So yeah, fair play. Andy Dalton has earned my respect and earned my player of the week this week.
I'm going to choose mine next, and I wouldn't normally do this, but because I have a little bit of build-up for Ollie's, but I'm going to go for mine. John's going to like this, though, because we've finally given some Raiders some love without them losing a game. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. I believe it was all in the second half with the 3 touchdowns, wasn't it, John?
The Raiders need to pay this guy.
He's going to be paid now. It's the same as... Jacoby Myers' contract's coming at the end of the season. He's going to have to be paid in New England.
Nick Bosa.
These players need to be paid now. I mean, Josh Jacobs is a bloody good player. And he's proved it. This season, he is absolutely superb. I think he's second in the rushing yards behind Nick Chubb now. It's mad. Absolutely mad, and he's absolutely superb. So, Ollie has picked the Pepsi Air Player. He has also picked the AFC Player of the Week as well. And to be fair, he is probably player of the NFL Week 7 full limit stop.
Yeah, he deserves all those accolades. 501 yards, 481 of those are passing, and 4 touchdowns. He's only, I think, the 3rd player to have 2 games with over 500 yards and 2 touchdowns and 4 touchdowns.
And in the first half, he had a perfect passer rating.
Yes, exactly. Wow. So he deserves... I know Phil's saying you can take Joe Burrow every week because he plays well every week. But he deserves it this week, in my opinion.
Kelly's giving us some love because we chose
Joe Burrow.
Because we chose. I think we could say now Bengals are back in the playoff hunt.
Yes.
Or back in the Super Bowl hunt.
I wouldn't say Super Bowl hunt, but I'd say playoff hunt.
They will be there or thereabouts in the AFC Championship game.
The AFC's too strong.
I think there's 3 teams fighting out for the AFC. They play in red, they play in blue, and they play in orange.
None of them play in purple, Shane.
No.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. We'll come on to tonight's game in a bit, but we'll see.
So, I mean, Bills and Chiefs are like up there.
Off the scale.
And the Bills are the Bengals are probably half an octo behind them.
I'd say
they are getting there now. I mean,
at least 1 notch.
They beat the Falcons, who beat the Bucks a week earlier. But they didn't just beat the Falcons. They beat down the Falcons and kept beating them down.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamar Chase went for, what, 180 yards? Tyler
Kelly's
Boyd
what's
went for
called-
140.
Kelly's got a point here.
Yep. She's right.
Also, let's give some love to Tyler Boyd because he doesn't really get much love, but he had
No.
a hell of a game.
2 touchdowns again.
2 touchdowns over 100 yards, wasn't it?
140 odd yards, and Chase had 183 yards. It was ridiculous. It really was. Let's roll on to catch of the week, so we
Yes.
can put week 7 firmly to bed because I really want to forget it.
Me too.
Shane, would you like to go about yours? Now, I'm gonna say Shane probably doesn't remember much more of Sunday night. So this is probably why he's picked this gentleman. Would you like to talk us through this catch?
Yes, certainly. As everyone knows, it was my birthday, and I may or may not have had a couple on Sunday afternoon, and the Ravens game was on. And I shouted my head off in a packed pub when he caught that ball. What an outstanding catch. And the fact that, as I said, I was a little bit inebriated Sunday. So I didn't really, that was my pick. And I was like, my birthday, I'm sticking to it. What an incredible catch. I'm a sucker for a diving catch as well, you know?
Wrong one.
As John said, I enjoyed week 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
most
did.
of us didn't.
Can I just go into my catch of the week because I want to explain why I did why I
Go on then. I was going to show Phil's because he's not here.
Okay, so I picked this catch just to make me feel a bit better about our loss. I'm going to be honest. It was the only good bit about our loss. But I mean, Hufanga does well to sort of keep his eye on the ball and
Ooh, yeah.
you know, changes position after Gibson picked it up. It's not a great catch. No, I think it's just to annoy him, but it's actually just to make me feel a bit better about our loss.
I mean, yeah, it is a good defensive play. I mean, obviously, Phil also picked a DB, linebacker as well. So he has picked a defensive player as well, and I love the fact that...
Hufanga's a safety, just...
Yeah, I know. I clicked when I said that. Hufanga's a DB, and the Titans guy is Andrews, isn't it? Is a linebacker. But this is a good break on the play, and this is how the secondary, the linebackers should play a ball, and this was brilliant. Love this one. I mean, look, you can see he's read it from the off, picked it up straight away.
I mean, the arrow helps.
The arrow helps, yeah, but I'm going to put a lot of blame on Matt Ryan. That was a really bad throw by Matt Ryan into double coverage behind the guy. The guy hasn't got a hope in hell. Absolute hope in hell. Now, I've been calling this guy Melvin, but it's actually Marvin. Jacksonville Jags.
Marvin Jones, right?
Marvin Jones Sr., one-handed.
19-yard line. Lawrence to throw, and he's got time. He's going to go short. One-handed grab by Marvin Jones, leaping for it.
I mean, that is
Nick.
All right,
Nick.
go eat, lads.
Yeah, Nick,
I mean, that's a great...
Yeah.
One-handed. If it was OC, you would be saying it's the gloves, but...
I love this. Shane picked Ravens, Ollie picked Niners. Ollie going with Pats by any chance?
Not this week.
To be honest, John, I was expecting him to go for Devontae Parker again.
Yeah.
I tell you what, who had a really good catch was David backed me up on this one, was Jacoby Myers. When he literally had to do a full 180 to try and get that ball. You're gonna be coming as what's his name? Myers.
I hope you're having a good time on your holiday, Phil.
Yes. Jacoby Myers had a really good catch. You know, he was underthrown by Zappi. He had to completely contort his body to bring it down and still rolled over the line without being touched for a touchdown. Brilliant bit of play. But I did say I would not please. It was overpass, underpass. It was a crap ball by Zappi.
Good. Of course, he didn't pick the Pats. Did any receivers actually catch it? Well said, John.
How many of your lot were hang on, you had 4 weeks of not catching the ball, your lot, John.
I mean, the Ravens haven't won much this season. Let's give John this one.
They've won a couple.
Yeah, but I mean, we've won. To be fair, Niners and
they got an expensive wide out in the league as well.
Look at John, because the Raiders win for once. Kelly and John,
hey, we're all at it tonight.
more beef between Kelly and John in the comments.
Oh, John, we're gonna have to set it up so you can sit with us when the Raiders play the Patriots in December, I think it is. As per usual, catch of the week will be on Twitter at 9:00 to 9-ish tomorrow morning. Yep. Please vote for a player.
I mean, to be honest, don't vote for Hufanga. It's not the best catch. I just want to feel a bit better about my.
Although Ollie will share it out to all the Niners fans to try and get the catches.
Yeah.
I thought you had 2 wins, John. Yeah, so they
Yeah,
will
same
be
as
on
the
there,
Patriots,
and the
right?
vote lasts. And the vote does last 36 hours. So it'll be on there till Saturday 9:00ish.
Yeah, so if you want to vote for Devin Duvernay, just to put a smile on my face after the Bucks turn up against us tonight, that would be lovely.
Shall we roll on to tonight? Shall we let Shane
Yes.
have a little? Go on, Shane.
Can I
Talk
just
us over about
can I
tonight.
just say one thing about this game? I feel like this will actually be a good game for Thursday night. I know last week was, but it was a bit. It was a
You
bit
mean
of a
prime time?
toilet-
We're gonna have a good game for what? 2 games on the bounce? I can't. Remember.
But
Oh,
and then-
real boys, come on, man.
I mean, last week was a good game, but it was 2 not great teams. Here we've got at least one team will show up. I'm not sure which one it'll be, but I feel like one of them will.
This is the game Amazon had in mind when they signed that check. 2 global superstars in the center.
One
The
global
GOAT.
superstar.
The GOAT and
that
some
one.
aging old man. Some aging old man.
That one there, the one that's
you
under
mean,
the Man United
I think what you
poster.
mean is the GOAT and the running back.
Okay, all right. This is my flaw. Give me a minute, right? As I said. So yeah, this should be a very intriguing game. God help me in work tomorrow because I'm going to be hanging because I'm going to stay up and watch it. Yeah, I think with our defensive
Stay off
frailties,
Twitter.
I promise. with our defensive frailties at the moment, if Brady's on form, I think they'll beat us. But then again, with how unpredictable they've been, the Bucks are 3-4. Who would have predicted that at the beginning of the season?
Bucks are 3-4.
Yeah,
Packers are 3-4.
exactly. Who would have predicted that? We all thought they would be at least be over 500 by now. But there's been I think there's a couple of injuries on our side as well. Andrews may or may not be playing. Bateman's back. Who else is back? Ronnie Stanley's back. So, yeah, it should be an interesting contest nonetheless. But
I vote for Brady.
Hey, Brady's had 1,000-yard rushing in his career.
Yeah.
the furthest Tom Brady's been rushing recently is to court. But I digress.
Harsh.
Well, you know me. I'm not backwards about coming forwards, am I? Yeah, so just to say, I think we'll win it, but it won't be by much.
I'm actually looking forward to. I'm actually looking for the Sunday lunchtime game.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
especially as Russell Wilson's been doing 4 hours of workouts on the plane on the flight over on Tuesday night.
High knees down the hours while everyone else is sleeping.
That's funny.
So the Jags flew over after their game on Sunday night, and the Bucks flew over Tuesday night.
You mean Broncos?
Broncos, yep. Sorry, Tuesday night. I was reading the word above. It's going to be good. We know Russell Wilson loves the UK. The Jags always play well over here. The Jags are playing well at the moment.
I can't wait to see Josh Allen fold Russell Wilson in half.
Oh, God, yeah. Very much so. I'm not talking about the game in MetLife. Panthers Falcons, that's going to be an interesting game. Very interesting game, I think.
Yeah, Kelly, it might not be the best, but if it's close and we get to see some touchdowns, who really cares?
I'm going to be sat with a load of Jags fans, so that's going to be. I'm always sitting with my mates, and I've got some Bucks fans, so I can take the mick out of them as well, and and there's a load of Jags fans around us, and it's always a really good crack there, and we have a real good laugh there. So it's going to be great to see these guys.
If you guys are coming and see us, feel free to come and say, hey, I'm on my own, so...
Why are you on your own?
Because I couldn't find anyone to go with.
There is tickets still available. We will add... there has been an our tickets still available.
As Kelly says, she's babysitting.
Yep. I will share the link that Neil Reynolds actually shared it from Jacksonville, so I'll share it as well. We'll share it out later on. I've done something wrong by looks at them, but shame that Raiders, Saints, Cardinals, Vikings. A couple of really good games there. What did I do wrong?
9:25 when it should be 8:25.
Okay. Oh, a mini problem then.
Yeah. Just thought I'd change it.
Yes. Do remember the clocks go back Sunday night
Forward.
or Monday night?
No, back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring forward, fall back.
Fall back. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there are some bad teams. There is only one game that is where both teams are winning on a winning record.
Giants, Seahawks.
Giants,
Seahawks,
Seahawks.
yeah.
So can I
would have thought that?
Can I just point attention to a game that is always good? It's an 8:25 game. It's on Sky.
I know what's coming.
It's always a good game between the Niners and the Rams. We don't like each other. And tell me the last bad game between those two.
I just remember your week 18 last year.
Oh, yeah.
You're
that
saying
was
this
a really good game.
You say it was the last bad game. You watch it be very, very boring and conservative. Now on Sunday, and all the points will be decided by field goals and safeties.
It was funny.
It'd be a 9-6.
It was funny because we started in that week 18 game. We only started playing well when I started adding rum to my Coke.
No, you think they started playing well when you added rum to your Coke. I just remember, right, for a good probably 16 weeks of the season, Ollie was slagging off. Who's the guy who picked it off? Matt Stafford. Was it Williams?
Ambry Thomas.
Albie Thomas. He was slagging him off all 16, 17 weeks. No, it's got to be 16 because he didn't. You had a bye.
I think
after that week, he loved
it was
him.
about 13 because he didn't start at the start of the season.
So yeah, I mean, it's quite funny. I mean,
it
Colts
was a great
Commanders
game.
and all that. We are now on to predictions of the week, and I don't know where my notepad is. There it is. Oh. So,
Shane's still leading the way.
Shane is leading, by the way. Shane and myself are starting to walk away a little bit from you guys. There's starting to become a bit of a gap now. Shane is on 19, myself is on 18, Phil is on 13, and Ollie Hope's in a different country, let alone a different county now. He's in France. Phil's in the Isle of Wight, in the Guernsey area. You know, there's a little bit of a gap coming in there now. Games we've gone for the London game because it's London game. The game at MetLife, which is Patriots against New York Jets.
New England Jets, you wish.
No, I bloody well don't. Divisional matchup. The divisional matchup is for Rams against Niners. And we've also gone for a bit of a dole fest, which is Washington versus Indy. The reason I've chosen these, the two R2 games, is they're always really good games. Rams Niners are a good game. New York against New England are always really good games. New York and New England have always had this little bit of beef, especially when Belichick literally resigned the day after he was given the head coaching job to go and play to head coach New England. And as Ollie said, Niners and Rams hate each other.
And then you've got the London game and a revenge game for Carson Wentz potentially.
Possibly, yes, although it didn't go too well. Last time we had a revenge game. I'll grab Phil. I've sent Phil it, so Phil knows it. So once he gets it, he'll send it across to me. Ollie, as you're like in a different country, would you like to go first?
4 home wins.
Jacksonville, New York.
I think Jacksonville will beat a woeful
Broncos
team. New England Jets is a bit of a toss-up, bit of a coin flip game. So I've gone with the Jets at home. And as you said, Mac didn't look fit. If he's going to start, I'm a bit worried. First off, it's Niners at Rams for the next one. But so it's not 4 home wins. I think the Niners are going to beat the Rams because Kyle Shanahan just seems to have the wool over Sean McVay's eyes, and I feel like we'll be not very happy after that Chiefs loss. We're getting players back. The Rams are a bit beat up. Third choice center, don't have the best O-line. Bosa's going to eat. And I just feel like Washington. I know Washington beat, was it the Packers last week?
Yep.
But I just feel like the Colts will have too much. Heineke will be found out as much as I love him. And I just think the Colts will beat the Commanders. So
Wow.
I'm going 3 home wins and the Niners to win on the road.
As I'm running in second, I'm agreeing you with Jacksonville. I just think Jacksonville are too much. Rippy, if he plays, he didn't look that good of a quarterback.
He's not that good of a quarterback.
No. I thought first, like, couple of drives, I thought, oh, this guy's got something about him. Yeah, he hasn't after that. I think Denver, even with Russell Wilson, aren't going to be able to, aren't going to be able to stick with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville could literally blow them out of the water. Especially with their play at the moment, they've got some. They managed to stop. Managed to hold it. Almost beat New York last week, who are playing really well at the minute. I've followed my heart over my head. I do think New England will do it. New York have lost Bryce Hall, but I think Vera Tucker's a bigger loss for them.
Yeah.
Judon will have a field day. He will find every single hole in that O-line and rip them apart. I agree. Niners will beat LA. Niners seem to have Rams' number. It doesn't matter who's a quarterback, who's a running back, how many of your players you got injured, they seem to have the number against there. I am disagreeing with you with Washington.
You have Washington to go to Indianapolis and win.
Purely the fact I have no idea what Sam Ehlinger is going to be like.
That is true.
Jonathan Taylor isn't the Jonathan Taylor from last season. That defense isn't good enough. And you got Gibson, you got Scary McCary, you've got Curtis Samuel at wide receiver, Brian Robson. That Washington offense is getting more and more explosive as it goes.
You might be convincing me to change my vote here.
Too late. I've already written it down.
Okay.
No, it's fine. If you want to change it, mate, change it.
No, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote on the kid.
You're gonna go
do
with the kid?
something. I mean, I'm so far behind. I need to do something.
So yeah, I am gonna go with Washington to be in Indianapolis, and I think Washington are literally gonna put a score down on them. Probably as bad as it was on Monday night.
Okay.
Shano, you're leading the way. Are you gonna play it safe, or are you gonna throw the balls up in the air and see what you can catch?
You know me, that's my life in a nutshell, but throw things at the wall and see what sticks. But I will say, I'm going for a clean sweep with the Jags. We're all confident in Trevor Lawrence's abilities.
So they're going to lose them?
Get your vote on the Broncos.
And we're confident in Russell Wilson's abilities, or lack thereof, shall we say. So I'm going for the Jags in that one. Okay. I think the 49ers are going to beat the Rams, to be fair.
No, don't give us... Let's not be unanimous. I don't want
to put a double on
the Rams and
Broncos.
Can somebody in the comments please predict the Rams to win?
And don't tell my buddy, Mr. Perrins, but I quite rate Jimmy G.
Don't let
find where I live and beat me. So I think the 49ers will beat the Rams.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John, and thank you, Kelly.
I'm not confident in this quarterback for the Colts, basically because I don't really know who he is. So I'm going to go with the Commanders to win that one. I think. And there was one more, wasn't there, which I'm missing out? Oh, yeah, Jets.
New England.
Yep.
I want to go with the Jets, but I genuinely think that the wheels are going to come off at some point. And I'll go for the Pats. Go on then.
Good man.
So Kelly said Jags, Pats, Rams, Colts.
Yep, got him.
And John just decided to try and annoy everyone by going Jets, Rams, Washington, and Jags.
Jags. Yeah,
so Jags have got
Jags
have got the clean sweep of all five of us, and I'm assuming Phil will probably predict them too.
Yeah, because Phil really doesn't like them.
Phil really doesn't like Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so the thing is with Denver. They've got some really good players on both sides of the ball. You've got a good running back in Denver. You've got a couple of really good wide receivers there in Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. You've got to really,
I think they're missing Tim Patrick. I do think
yeah,
they
because he
are.
gives them something different, doesn't he? He's that big body. He's a good big body wide receiver.
And they're missing Javonte Williams too.
Yeah, of course he's out injured, isn't he?
Yep.
I think the problem there is now is, I'm sorry to say, because I am a Russell Wilson fan. I really do like Russell Wilson. I don't think he was the player they had 2 years ago in Seattle.
No.
His deep ball isn't there anymore. That's gone.
Ollie,
His legs, he doesn't run anymore, which is bad.
I'm wondering, do you remember what our 4th episode ever was called?
Darnold isn't the problem?
Darnold is not the problem.
Yeah.
I think in Denver, Wilson is the problem.
I think there's 2 problems.
What? Wilson
and
Hackett.
Hackett. I really do think Nathaniel Hackett is the cherry's too big for him to have a bite out of.
Yeah, he's in head.
I think they need to go and get themselves a college offensive college offensive minded coordinator as head coach. Go and get themselves.
Go and get yourself
Bryson, Bryce
Tennessee,
Young, CJ Stroud, a Will Levin.
Oh, you're talking about a quarterback. I was talking about a coach. I was saying go and get yourself the Tennessee coach.
Tennessee coach, Notre Dame coach. Who's the one? Oh, who's the other guy?
I'd love to see. I hope Hendon Hooker gets.
The Wake Forest coach is a good coach.
Yeah, the Wake Forest team is a good team.
I can't think of the guy's name, but he's a good coach.
I don't think you should go get the Notre Dame coach. He's not exactly doing well this season.
But he is a good coach.
I don't think he is.
I think
look at that. Look, it's his first season as a coach. Look at their record.
First season as a coach. There's your answer. But yeah, I think there's a lot of problems in Denver, or 2 big problems in Denver, and it is Russell and Nathaniel, unfortunately. Oh, that is taken us to the end of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us. Thank you for getting involved. Thank you for making us laugh, John, as always. Dave, thank you for being involved. Kelly, as always, thank you for being involved, and thank you for babysitting on Sunday. Shane, we will see you Monday. Ollie, I will see you Sunday. Phil, we will see you Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe.
Let's ride.
Come on, boys.